Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from AAXA Technologies. This is their P8 Smart Mini Projector, which is a DLP projector based on Android 10, and this also includes Wi-Fi, built-in streaming apps, and Bluetooth connectivity. We're going to dig into this now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so once you unbox the P8, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get your power adapter here, and as you can see, the output is at 12 volts, 3.6 amps at 43.2 watts. You will need this, obviously, to power the projector itself. So that is, of course, included. Now, we do get a user guide here for the P8, and this is well written out and laid out. I like the way that they have this all set up for you. It's going to explain your remote. It's going to explain all your ports, how to get things screen mirrored, because this does support screen mirroring for Android and for iOS. And of course, since it has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi built in, there are other possibilities as well. Now, they do give you a tripod with this as well, which is nice. This is a small unit, so you get a small tripod, and this tripod is great for setting this up in whatever setup you need, whatever space that you're going to be using for this projector. Now, they do give us a nice little tiny remote, and I like it because it is smaller, doesn't take up a lot of space, takes a watch battery. It has all of the functions that you could need on this, so you will be able to use this to control the unit itself. Now, looking at the unit itself, and I will have some specifications hopefully up on the screen and down below in the description, this is using DLP LED technology, so you can expect this to be super bright compared to traditional LEDs. Now, it does have a 2000:1 contrast ratio. It does have 430 LED lumens, which is quite bright, as you guys will see here, and it will project a screen up to 200 inches in size, depending on how far away you are. Now, on the back, you're going to have your power. You're also going to have an LED, a dedicated on and off button, a full HDMI port, and a 3.5 millimeter output for headphones or wired speakers. Now, you also have Bluetooth on this, so you can hook up Bluetooth speakers as well. A full USB port, a micro SD card slot for file playback, so you can do that from either of those. You do get a focus ring here, and you do get a dedicated USB Type-C port for mirroring your phone or tablet if your phone or tablet supports USB Type-C. So overall, the unit is super sleek and compact. It is 3.9 inches by 3.4 inches by 1.4 inches. Has a max display resolution of 1920 by 1080p. And overall is just a nice little compact unit. If you're looking for something compact, then the P8 will definitely fit that bill. Okay, so this is the main screen of the P8. It runs on Android 10, so it does have its own skin on top of it. You can access some of the Android elements here by going to settings. But on the first file screen, this is where you can check your files, be local memory or USB or even your network. And you can see in local memory here, we only have about 2 gigabytes for the system files. So there's not a lot to work with there, but you can, of course, attach a USB drive, or you can also attach a micro SD card. Now, in input, you can switch back from HDMI to USB Type-C, and in the section below here, we do have Wi-Fi setup. Now, the P8 supports 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, which is excellent, very much needed for faster connections. So if you're going to be doing streaming or something like that, it's great that it does support 5 gigahertz. I'm set up on my 5 gigahertz network here, so I am all set up and ready to go. It does have a built-in Office suite as well. It's WPS Office. So if you do want to work on some Office documents, you can do so. And this being a DLP LED monitor, this gets very, very bright. So you're not going to have too many problems working in a dark environment or a lighted environment. And I'll turn on the lights later in the video so you can see both. But you do see that you can, obviously check your SD card or wherever you need to access, Word documents or Excel files or whatever, and then show them off. We do have a built-in browser here. It is Chrome, since this is an Android-based unit here. So you do have a full experience with Google Chrome here. So if you need to browse the web, of course you can do that as well. So that is also very nice to have as an extra. Going back, we can go into settings, but first let's check apps. These are the default apps that come installed out of the box. Of course, we just saw Google Chrome. You've got some clock and gallery apps, which are pretty much Android-based apps that are already there. Music app. You do have YouTube, Tubi, Netflix, and Twitch already in there for streaming apps. You do have that SAI app in the middle, and that is for installing your own APK files. You do have a file manager, local updates, and picture player as well. So that's what comes installed automatically. You could theoretically install the Play Store with an APK and then have full access to the Play Store if you wanted as well. Now, if we go into the advanced settings, you can see that in the brightness tab, we have eco mode, standard mode, and then boost mode. Right now it's on standard mode. If we go into boost mode, it gets very, very bright. And I will turn off the lights or turn on the lights so that you can see that this is very usable in full light. So you don't have to worry about having the lights turned off here. You can use this in a lit room just as easily as you can in a dark room. And that's really what the difference is in that DLP LED technology versus a regular LCD. It just gets so much brighter. We can check, of course, our wireless here. We obviously did that already. We can go into advanced here, and this is where it'll bring up our more of Android settings. And this is definitely Android as you look at it. It's going to give us pretty much things that we can already access, like your Bluetooth settings, your accounts. So if you want to sign in with your Google account, your apps, device preferences. If you do see some horizontal lines across, that you won't see that. That's just me and my camera trying to pick up the difference between the DLP lighting and my camera. You won't see that when you're using it. Now, in languages, they have a ton of languages with this. So you are pretty much, whatever language you speak is pretty much going to be on this list, most likely. As you can see, we can just cycle down and we can just keep on going. So they've covered that very well with this unit. So no problems there. If we go into display, you can move things around with the display like KEYSTONE up and down. You can also do it with the remote as well without going into this section, but you can see I can move the KEYSTONE up and down or reset it right here from this tab. So they do a good job here at allowing you to adapt to any surface that you're going to be projecting on. Now, projection direction, obviously, if you're going to mount this upside down or in a different orientation, you'll be able to flip and rotate this, no problems whatsoever. So that is welcome for people who have different mounting situations. Mode image is also here, and it's either 4.3 or 16:9. I leave it on auto mode, and it adapts no problems whatsoever. Color temperature is also here, and there are some presets. You can't really do anything but medium, cool, or warm, but they are built in there for you so that you can kind of check them out to your liking and set it to whichever one you like the best. Now, I mentioned Bluetooth earlier, and the reason that I want to kind of cover this again is because this not only has Wi-Fi, dual band Wi-Fi, but it does have Bluetooth built in as well. And this is a very small unit. It does have built-in speakers, and they sound okay, but if you want to set up something like a Bluetooth speaker, you can definitely do that with this going into the Bluetooth settings, and you can enhance your sound with Bluetooth speakers as well. The P8 also has
screen mirroring. This is a great one to have. You can do Android or iOS.
I'm going to test it out with my S22 Ultra Android phone,
or you can use
and get it set up. It runs through Wi-Fi, Miracast, or Wi-Fi display here. And what's going to happen is I'm going to go into my
setup here, and it's going to ask me if I want to connect or not to
Smart Share or Smart View
or
for Samsung devices. It may be different on your Android device. And it'll be waiting for a connection. It'll come up
and
it
will
say
decline or
invitation
accept.
to connect.
And of course, I'm going to accept.
S22 Ultra, I'm going to, of course, accept. And once I accept, it's going to come up.
And there is my screen. So now I've got
no problems
my phone
with it
here.
Coming up. And then if I rotate my phone, I can look at everything in landscape and fill
so now I've got my phone here.
Screen.
And
so there you go. I've got my phone there.
Nice,
it's very responsive, swiping back and forth, launching applications, doing things like that. If I want to go into something like YouTube, I can do that, and I can watch YouTube on here. It's a great thing to have, to be able to just wirelessly attach one of my devices to this projector. I can go to whatever I want to watch, and I can start watching it. So we'll go to my actual channel here, and we will select a video to play back for you. Maybe a older Fortnite video or something like that, and you can get an idea of what it sounds like.
Well, there you go.
Season 9, this is the uncommon loading screen that you will unlock. Everybody's been looking in the picture for whether you're going to get a banner or a Battlestar. That's how they've always done it. Well, guess what? There's nothing there because you don't get a banner and you don't get a Battlestar this week. The tip is down here. It says last seen battling at the Dino Park outhouse. So that's where you need to go, is the Dino Park. If you don't know where that is, stay tuned because we're going to drop there right now. Okay, so as you saw, the colors were really good on this. Again, super bright with the DLP technology. Another thing we can do is play back local files either on a USB drive or on a SD card. And right now I'm in a USB drive that I have in here, so we're going to go and check that out. And I have another file that I want to play. This is a 4K file that I guess is kind of scaled down to 1080p, so you can check this out. Okay, so again, you saw no problems with playback there. The colors were good. The sound, again, from the little tiny speakers. Again, I would suggest hooking up external speakers, or again, of course, because you have Bluetooth, Bluetooth speakers. Overall, the P8 is a very feature-rich, nice, and super bright DLP LED projector. It's very compact, so you're going to be able to use this in a lot of spaces that you may not be able to use a traditional projector. Overall, it's got a ton of features, including dual band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, screen mirroring for iOS or Android, built-in streaming apps like Netflix and YouTube, of course, and it is built on Android, so you could probably install the store, the Google Play Store, and download your own apps and put them on here, no problem. Now, the only thing that is a drawback with that is there is only 2 gigabytes of internal storage in this, that you only have about 1.7 left over, so just remember that. It does have other ports on it like USB and microSD for playback. So overall, this is a very feature-rich DLP projector, and I'm pretty impressed. This was Luke from a Galaxy Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll check you guys out on the next one.